Hello and welcome, dear parent of the Capricorn child. I hope you are doing wonderful. I hope you are enjoying this beautiful month of May. Thank you so much for those of you who are returning. Welcome back. Welcome to anybody who is new. I greatly appreciate all the support. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, all that good stuff. It greatly helps the algorithm. And just a reminder that these readings are not gender specific, so please apply gender however it best resonates for you and your household. And all age ranges are welcome here. So some of you are here for itty bitty babies, others of you are here for teenagers, and others of you are for any age in between. You are all welcome. Okay, so let's see what we have going here in May 2021 for the Capricorn child, or for the parent of the Capricorn child. Okay. Okay, I hope you can see that okay. Okay, so the first position here will give us some indication of what your Capricorn child is experiencing here during the month of May. We have the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Okay, interesting energy. Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot going on in your household right now, or at least from your little Capricornians, from little Cappies' observation and experience. Okay, so the Eight of Swords can signify a time where little Capricorn is maybe overthinking quite a bit, analyzing a situation, a little anxious, nervous, potentially not sleeping at night. Sometimes this card can indicate nightmares and not so good dreams at night. Basically being up in his or her little head about a specific situation. And the situation could be about too many options, too many choices, too many things to choose from, having to make decisions between factors or decide between, for example, let's say he or she all of a sudden has new friends, deciding who to spend time with because out of the blue, now little Capricorn has like 10 new friends and decisions need to be made. Like, who am I going to spend time with? Or it can be all of a sudden this, the new environment is opening up around us, right? The pandemic is a lot of things depending on where you live in the world. I understand not every part of the world is this way, but for the most part, if your child is now, if neighborhoods are opening up around your child or your child's returning to school or what have you, all of a sudden there's this new energy coming at him or her, right? And actually this can apply to adults too. Like, we just have a lot of stuff coming at us out of the blue that, have been dormant for the past year because the ease, there's a little bit more of slower pace that now all of a sudden is picking up. So your little one here is feeling that shift in pace, and this can translate into just a lot going on around him. It can be more chores, it can be more homework, it can be more fun things to choose from, different games, different friends. I am getting a sense of having to choose. This is a very emotional card, so it's to me, it tells me it's choosing between friendships. Also potentially choosing between things the parents, the adults in their lives want, right? Choosing between the wants of the adults and their own wants and needs, or maybe being at an age where they can't really choose for themselves yet and being inundated with what the adults around them are choosing for him or her. So there's a little bit of anxiety here. So I think this is a good heads up for you, dear parent, just to be mindful of how much is coming at your little Cappy, and to remember, their sensories and just, and again, I'm not telling you how to parent. That is not my place here. I'm just here to interpret the cards and give you some guidance in that regard. But I do pick up a sense that it would be a good idea just to be mindful of how many new activities are being thrown at your little one. Because if things are all of a sudden opening up around you, like sports and, all these activities that your little one didn't partake in the past year, and you're excited, right? Because you want your little one to socialize and you need to go to work and you need to do this as well. Just be mindful that this could be causing little one a lot of anxiety if so maybe try a slow buildup of activities rather than throw a bunch in front of him or her. And also being mindful of what else the external, like teachers and friends, what else are they throwing at your little one here, so that you are able to step in and facilitate and ease some of this anxiety. Because yeah, that's a lot of anxiety for a little itty bitty person, right? Okay, so let's see what the conflict and challenge is. And this may give us some more information on why this is happening. The Nine of Pentacles and Death. Yeah, okay. So, Nine of Pentacles, it's about being very independent, right? So, there is this need here. Little Capricorn feels a bit of pressure to be maybe a little more grown up than he or she really is or already is. And maybe they are interpreting this to be something that's expected by them or of them by maybe the adults around them, or potentially some big changes that have taken place in the household. Because death here symbolizes or talks about big changes and transformations happening in their environment of this little one. So something has taken place in your household that has caused some major shift, major transformation that is bringing about all these changes and options, right? Or shaking things up. It's like all of a sudden there's a new grab bag of things happening around little Cappy. But whatever this death or transformation in your family is causing little one to feel a burden of having to be independent or having to be more grown up than he or she really needs to be. And I get the sense that little Capricorn is misinterpreting this based on what the adults around him or her are going through at the moment. So death in the reading of a child can symbolize um, moving away from one grade level to another, because there's a death of an old and a rebirth of a new, right? And that can sometimes be a movement of one grade level into another. This can also be, though, literally moving, changing environments from an old way of being, an old way of living to a new environment. But overall, it's a significant change. It can also be a change within the adults around the child. And therefore, there's this, again, I'm feeling heavily this burden or responsibility to have to be an adult for whatever reason. So maybe, dear parent, there's something your child is watching or observing that you're going through and is making them think, misinterpret that you need them to be more independent, more of an adult than they really need to. And this is causing anxiety. And also, like, well, which direction do I go? Do I help mom and dad, or dad and dad with this, or mom and mom with that? Or do I help, should I be taking care of my sibling? Should I be taking care of mom? Should I be, there's a feeling here of having to be an adult. Okay. So, if this is not what you're intending, then potentially, parent, a conversation is needed, or an acknowledgement or a reminder to your little one that it's okay for him or her to continue being a child. That these changes, these adult changes, do not pertain to him or her. They're not his to figure out how to fix, right? Sometimes that happens, right, as adults, because death can literally mean you, that you yourself, dear parent, are going through a loss of some sort, some huge loss that is causing you to go through grief. And, you obviously you need to go through a grieving process, right? And that feeling of mourning something, it could be a job that you've lost, or a significant other or a relationship or something significant that has your little one wanting to like take care of not only himself or herself, because the Nine of Pentacles is about taking care of self, but also the feeling of taking care of you and not knowing what direction, what is his responsibility, what is yours, what's true, what's in the middle. Like it's this conflict of which direction do I go, and it's causing your little one anxiety. Okay. Now, this position here will give us an indication of what your little one needs most from you during the month of May. Now, I want to remind you that this is what they need, not necessarily what they want. Okay? Yeah, Two of Swords. Okay. There's some stuff going on for you, isn't it? Oh, okay, Four of Wands. Okay. All right, I'm getting a clearer picture here. We've got the Two of Swords, which is all about confusion. It's about being blindfolded. It's about not wanting to see the truth. It's about not knowing what direction to go. Again, not knowing what choice to make. Anxiety. It's the same energy, right? Coming up again here. And it's paired with the Four of Wands. So this could be a couple of things here in terms of what they need from you. Okay, remember that's the question for this position. What does your child need most from you here in the month of May? First and foremost, part of the loss for you here, you personally, parent, could have been a relationship, because the Four of Wands could represent a marriage, a connection, stability in the household. And there's confusion around that. So in terms, if that applies to you, because there's another way that this can apply, and we'll move into that shortly. But if this first version applies to you, then yes, it's a need to have a conversation with your little one where he or she understands that this change, this potential loss, doesn't need to be fixed by him or her. This is not his or her plight or fight to conquer. This is your own, right? They're confused. They don't know. They're also probably observing your sadness and your mourning here. And they need to know that it's okay, that it's temporary, that you need to go through this process, but that doesn't mean that he or she can't still be a child. Okay? Another way that this can play out is that you have newly entered into a new relationship. Okay, so potentially it's your child's observing you getting into a new marriage, a new relationship, and it's a huge shift for them, and they don't know where they stand. And so they need you to communicate and remind them and confirm, reassure them that they are still very much, your baby, your child. The Four of Wands is also about creating stability and structure. So if part of this confusion here that they're experiencing is because they don't know which way to go, because there's no structure in the family life, then that's also what may be causing confusion for your little one. So this is needed. The Four of Wands, which really is about structure, stability, routine, love, and joy within the household and family unit, right? So this can apply in one of three different ways for you, as I just explained. So please apply this as however best it resonates for you. But the bottom line here, dear parent, is that little Capricorn is struggling in May. They're struggling to know what part belongs to them and what part belongs to you. And they're also struggling in terms of where to be a child and where not to be a child. And you hold the key to clarifying this confusion by, having a conversation or taking action and showing them where they stand and that all is well. Okay? Yeah, this is a little bit of a rough energy here for May, but let's move on to the bonus card. And this bonus card is just a little extra recommendation from Spirit from the universe as to what would be a good thing for you and your entire family to do during the month of May. So this is not just, this goes beyond your Capricorn and you. This includes your entire family as a family unit. What would be a good thing for all of you to do in May? Meditate. Okay, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. So this is about grabbing your family members, getting together either in the living room, out in nature. For some of you, this is going to translate to prayer. It could be praying, it could be doing mantras together, it can be meditating together, it can be simply closing your eyes together and building intentions together. But this tells me that there is a need for harmony and peace in your home currently, right? So this will also help in this process of creating more of the Four of Wands energy too. You know, there are plenty of resources online on how to meditate with children if you're interested in that. But again, meditation doesn't have to be anything, you know, we can demystify it a bit here. It could just be sitting together in silence and talking about your dreams together, talking about what your intention for every family member here for the month of May is, and sharing that and holding space for one another. I think basically it's about slowing down with your family because there's a lot going on. There's some loss, there's a shift, a lot of options, a lot of things to choose from here for your little one. And yeah, potentially some partnership shifts here for you, dear parent. Okay. I hope that was helpful to someone. I hope this was useful, and I hope to see you back here in June. And please remember to subscribe, comment, thumbs up, all that good stuff. It greatly helps my channel. And I'll see you back here in June. Bye.